Divorce happens. In fact, it happens to almost 50% of first marriages. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Divorce Happens, a podcast to educate, inspire, support, and yes, make you laugh through divorce and beyond so that you can start fresh on the next phase of your journey. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh.
You get divorced. You get divorced.
Getting divorced?
I'm getting a divorce.
You're getting a divorce.
Because she's getting a divorce.
So what if I get divorced?
Hello. Welcome back. We are here with one of our wonderful Fresh Starts experts, longtime expert with us, Lisa Happ. We're going to be talking about something today, which is a question that I get in my DMs. I'm sure, Lisa, you get this in your DMs a lot, which is just a very basic, like, how the hell do I get through this? Right? So, Lisa, I'm going to have you introduce yourself, and then I want to know all of your tips here. So who are you, Lisa?
Absolutely. So my name is Lisa Happ. I am a former therapist. I no longer practice as a therapist. I'm a certified divorce coach, narcissistic abuse recovery coach, and grief coach. And I got into this in a very strange way. Like, I was a therapist for years, burned out, owned a wellness studio for 15 years, and got divorced during that time. And people started coming to me like I was the underground divorce lady in my town because they wanted to get help getting divorced, but they didn't want their partners at the time to see anything divorce related on their credit card statement. I had no idea even that a divorce coach was a thing until about 10 years ago. So I fell into this, doing it full time. I was in a very abusive, coercive control relationship. And when I was leaving that relationship, my son passed away really, really unexpectedly, which just made it obviously 1,000 times worse. But I got out. I sold my business. I moved to a whole new community. I lived in a community I thought I would grow old in. I moved and I created a whole new life for myself and my daughter. And I am just so excited now to be able to help other women do that every single day. I work with men too, but oftentimes mostly women going through high complex divorces with high complex partners where there is coercive control and narcissistic abuse present. And I work different than most coaches. I work with emotional regulation, nervous system regulation, and strategy specific to those type of partners and work alongside their legal team to help create that. I go to court with clients. They can text me anytime. I travel all around the world to go to court with people, which is a super big perk of my job. But the first thing I tell people when I start to meet them is you can't out-strategize your nervous system. You can't out-logic your nervous system. And you sure as hell can't freaking outrun it because it will take you down. So that's what I was hoping to talk about today is just ways you can help keep your nervous system in a good place or a good enough place to get you through this and thrive after.
Yes. So I love the work you do so much. And every time I talk about you, I tell people she travels around the world for her clients. So I talk to so many women a day on Zoom, and I can see their energy is just so high, right? It's like they are living in fight or flight. They don't even know where to like put all this nervous energy. So for people that are listening, let's just take it a step back, Lisa. What is coercive control when we talk about that?
So coercive control, and it gets so overused and so misunderstood, is literally, if you break down the word, it's somebody who's using coercion to control you. It's gaslighting, it's manipulation, it's isolation, it's financial abuse. If you are somebody who thinks, God, am I going crazy? Did they say this? Do I need to start recording what I say to them and they say to me just so I understand what I'm saying? Am I somebody that sits in my driveway and doesn't want to go in my house when I get home? Am I always feeling like I'm managing their emotions to protect myself and people around me? And are they using maybe not physical abuse, but intimidation, loud noises, slamming things, hiding things and saying I lost and breaking things, even blocking your entryway to get in and out of a house? Anything that feels like control, coercion, manipulation, gaslighting, and anything that honestly starts to make you wonder if you're losing your mind. There you have it.
And I just want to be clear, this is not just in romantic relationships, right?
Absolutely not. I mean, the reason that a lot of times we find ourselves in these relationships, it's not our fault, but it's because one of our primary caregivers were neglectful, controlling, narcissistic tendencies.
Well, we could have you on to talk about that for hours, Lisa. We will have to do that. Because I agree. And I think that there's a lot of victim blaming and shaming for people who get into these relationships, not realizing that they, myself included, walked right in because you had a parent that often did that. So, okay, you find yourself in this relationship, you're ready to get divorced, you're start of the divorce process, and then it ramps up and it gets even worse. How the hell do we survive this time?
I promise you that you can, first of all. So, I'm going to give you some quick tips today. And first and foremost, you need a team of people supporting you that understand coercive control. Because unfortunately, our society in general just looks at women and says we're all crazy, right? If we have any emotion, we're automatically crazy. So, it's so important to find an attorney and somebody represent you that understands coercive control. Also, therapist or a coach, or both even better, that understand it, because I've seen a lot of people have a lot of damage done to them by therapists, even who don't understand it. Probably not
Yeah.
bad intention, but they just don't understand. And
Yeah.
if you have an attorney and a therapist or a coach that's not fully supporting you and doesn't understand, is just keeping you almost in that same cycle of being gaslit all the time. And it's going to send your nervous system into an even bigger spiral. So, number one, absolutely having the right people in place. Number two, there's different theories on this, but I say be aware of how much you're venting. We all want to vent. We all want to have our feelings be seen and heard, especially when you've gone through this. I used to tell my story to everybody. I mean, it didn't matter if it was at Starbucks, Whole Foods, or school pickup. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's also crazy. The things that go on in these relationships are also bananas, that you're like, finally, I want someone to validate that this is real. But here's what happens. These types of personalities love a smear campaign. So you don't know who their flying monkeys are, and they tend to be very manipulative. So it could even get used against you, what you're saying. But even more importantly than that, again, we need to be heard, but pick one, maybe one or two really safe people that you're talking to, because when we vent and we're talking about this and we're telling our story over and over, you'll notice your nervous system starts to go up. It starts to talk fast. A lot of times people get itchy. They start to get a little wiggly. Your nervous system, when you're talking about this, doesn't understand if it's happening now or in the past. So you're
Mm,
actually putting yourself in that cycle of abuse in your nervous system and in your subconscious. I call it
wow.
rehearsing. Rehearsing is telling your story over and over and over. And then there's processing. So if you're working with a coach or a therapist in processing and taking action to move through those emotions through that story, is very different. So I'm not a big fan of venting. I'll often stop clients like very gently when they're continuing to tell their story, when I see that nervous system activation. And you can tell for yourself very quickly, is my heart racing? Am I talking faster? Am I getting sweaty? Do I feel calm after this conversation and grounded, or do I feel a little spirally? So that's a good check in for yourself if you find yourself telling your story a lot. And it's so common. We all did it. I did it. I'm sure you did it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally normal. Another, I guess it's kind of the same. It goes along with it. There's a lot of people that just like the story. They like a little
Mm,
drama,
uh-huh.
or maybe your family has very high opinions or expectations of you and what they think you should do. So people are going to ask constantly, what's going on? How are you doing? And some people really care, and some people want the story or want maybe to insert their opinion or control. You don't have to tell everybody your shit. Don't tell everybody your stuff unless you want to. It's your story to tell. You get to choose. And if we're in these relationships, we tend to be kind, empathic, and people pleasers. So my best line, I give it to everybody. I use it for literally everything in my life. Thank you for asking. I am not open to talking about that right now. If anything changes, I'll let you know. That last sentence, for some reason, really shuts people up and shuts them down, because you're not leaving any roundabout way for them to get in. I know I'm not open to talking about that. I don't want to talk about that. Whatever you say first, and then if anything changes, I'll let you know. It's an amazing way to shut people up in
Mm,
any part of your life, honestly. It works
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Love that one.
Huh. What else? My best tip, I mean, for when you feel that spiral come, you start to we all get it, that pingy feeling in our head. You're fighting with them in your head. Is the breath. Breathe. 5 to 8. Inhale for 5, hold for 2, exhale for 8. It's very similar to box breathing, but this type of breathing, specific for coercive control and narcissistic abuse, is something that slows your nervous system down and signals to your nervous system and your brain that you're safe. Our
Mm.
nervous systems are put in place if like a bear was chasing us through the woods, right? So we could run, we could fight, we could flight. So if you breathe in this 5-2-8 pattern, you technically can't run, not far and not long. So if you're putting yourself in that breathing position, your nervous system's like, oh, we're safe because we can't run away. So we must be safe because she's breathing like this. That
Yeah.
is a quick hack. Another hack is you take like a water bottle, just like a random water bottle, dump half the water bottle out. When you're so angry and you're fighting with them and you're screaming into the bottle, it makes zero noise
Mm. Huh.
and it feels amazing. And you just scream and scream and scream. Nobody will hear you until you have nothing left. You'll be exhausted
Mm.
and it feels amazing. I always say just make sure you dump the water and throw the bottle out after because I'm a big energy person. I'm a little
Yep,
loose.
yep,
Get that bottle out of your house. You don't want that
yep,
shit in there. Um, what else? I'm trying like the spiral. Oh, and when you know your head probably does. Your head just spiral constantly, or you'd go to
yep,
like, what about this and what about this? But what if this
yep.
happens? Name it. Give it a name. Give it a funny name. I mean, give it a rude name. Whatever you want to call it. Just give that voice a name, and when it starts, just say stop. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. Do you guys swear in here? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yes, we
but
definitely swear. Yes.
okay. So what I was giving my clients a bracelet that says "Not Today, motherfucker" on it, and every time that voice happens, just literally say "Stop!" Like "Not today, motherfucker," and that is probably your ex-partner's voice in your head or a parent's voice in your
Mm. Yeah,
and then say,
yeah,
"That is not true." Okay, so what if I end up like my ex used to be like, "Well, you're gonna live on the streets." Then so I would learn to say, "Not today, motherfucker." Actually, make more money than you. I'm much more successful than
mhm,
you. This is a story in my head. It's not true. And if you say that
right,
100 times to yourself, eventually the neural pathways in your brain are gonna go that way. Change your position when
yeah,
those stories happen. Literally jump up and down, grab 2 pieces of ice, put them in your
mm.
hand, cold water on your face, anything that's gonna change your temperature and your body position works amazing. And is it gonna work the first time and stop forever? No, but after 100 times, yes.
These are all such amazing tips, and you know what I'm hearing from you, Lisa, is yes, these will help you get through a divorce or a breakup, of course, but they're also gonna help with, like, if your parent has these, tendencies or a sibling or these are wonderful just, like, getting through any of these toxic relationship tips.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, there's a lot of these people out there, right? My favorite word in the world is asshat, and there's a lot of these asshats out there. But if you learn how to process this and how to use these tools, and the more you see these people in your life, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Heal, recover.
Yeah,
You won't let them back into your life. Another person like this, you won't be able to come into your energy field, into
I
your life.
love that. I love that. So before we let you go, how do you work with people? Where can people get in touch with you? What kind of work do you do?
So I work exactly with like I said in the beginning, I think like nervous system regulation strategy,
Mhm.
building your legal team if you need it. So I work with people in just an hour to an hour and a half strategy sessions or in a bigger container that's 3 to 6 months where I literally am your concierge coach. You can call me anytime. You can text me anytime. You can email me anytime, and you can do as many calls with me a week as you need. And we work on all of it: strategy, your team, your recovery. There's a lot of grief that goes along with these types of relationships and all divorces. And I've created a whole grief toxic relationship recovery program that's part of that program. But literally, I'm like your divorce BFF and your project manager, your coach, your everything all in one.
You are amazing. We're so grateful for you. And I've learned so much from you over the last few years. And I learn something every time I talk to you. I learn something. And your energy is just so beautiful. And I know that you just help your clients in so many ways that literally change their life. So if you are listening to this and you would like to work with Lisa in any capacity, please go to freshstartsregistry.com/experts. She's over there. You can obviously click the link in the show notes too. Lisa, before we let you go, if somebody's listening to this and they're nervous to take the first step in getting support for this type of work, what would you say to them?
You don't have to jump fully into any type of support, whether it's with a coach or an attorney. Just make one call. Just do an
Mm.
intro call, take a first step, and see how you feel. Because sometimes just making that one step towards that first choice for you to protect you, your children, and your future makes all the difference.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to clip that one out. What a great way to end. Lisa, we appreciate you so much. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys as well so, so much.
Divorce Happens is produced by Fresh Starts Registry, the only divorce registry platform for everything you need to begin again, including home items, hype team, and everything in between. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh. We're here to support you before, during, and after divorce. Head to freshstartsregistry.com for more info.